Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to show you my solution for storing kids' papers that they bring home from school. Growing up, my mom saved all of my papers and artwork, and she tends to be very much a saver. And so I, by nature, am kind of the same way. And the only thing is, she likes to do a box system, which worked out for her, but for me, I get very overwhelmed if I have tons of boxes to sort through, and I just feel like I'm giving myself extra work. So as soon as my stepdaughter started first grade, I panicked because all of a sudden she started bringing home all these papers and things, and I didn't know what to do with them because there were a lot of items that I wanted to save, like, you know, certain math homework and religious homework and things especially that she left her personal touch on, but I didn't know the best way to store it without getting overwhelmed. So this has worked really well for us the last few years, and so I thought I would share it with you since we are at the start of the school year for most people. All it is essentially is a binder system. So what I have been doing every single year is I've been getting a giant binder with giant hooks. As you can see, I already started putting some stuff in here. And then I just label it. I kind of have fun decorating the cover, and I insert the sheet here, and I just give her name, her grade, and then the year so that we know in the future down the road if she pulls this out and finds this, she knows exactly what year all of the contents are from. So what I do is I keep this on a shelf right in our entryway, kind of our family command station, if you will. Every time papers come in, I sort them into 3 different categories: trash, keep, or maybe they're a parent paper, something that we need to address more immediately. So anything that I'm keeping will go into this binder. Anything that is parent related or that needs to be addressed soon and that's not more for a memory item will go into this school papers binder. And this is where I keep anything that is relevant to my husband or myself, any forms, anything that we need to refer back to, school handbook, school calendar, and then any upcoming events where we need to fill something out goes into this binder. It's nice because at my stepdaughter's school, they have this Thursday folder. So every Thursday, I know that I'm going to get an extra influx of papers and homework and graded work. So typically I'll do this Thursday afternoon once she comes back from school, or maybe Friday. But if I am just really busy that day or that week, I just have her stick all of the papers that she's bringing home on top of the binder that is on our shelf. And that way I know all the papers are consolidated, and then when I have an opportunity to get to it, and it really only takes a few minutes, I hole punch the papers that I'm going to save. So I'll show you a little demonstration of that now. Shout out to the baby, due in just a few days. Okay, anyway, so I just go through, and something like this is an item that I would definitely keep, this type of paper. And sometimes when it's very artistic, I do not want to punch holes in it. So in that case, I will either use one of those plastic sleeve protectors, or I'll just stick it in the folder section, and that way I don't have to worry about any holes going through the paper. If it's something like this, I would, depending on the paper, I would probably not discard it if she wrote something on it that's kind of cute to read. I just look on the fronts and backs. That's a good tip. Sometimes kids will have little doodles on the back of papers, I've noticed throughout the years. So always just kind of flip the back. But let's say I'm keeping this paper. So I will take my hole puncher and da-da-da, stick it inside. Simple as that. And then I just go through, hole punch them all, put them in. If it's something that I'm looking, okay, I don't need this, I'll set it aside and recycle it. If it's something I need, like the lunch menu, that may go with school papers. This paper, as an example, would be something I may discard because it really doesn't show her personality in it, even though she did well on this assignment. It's just letters drawn. We have a lot of things like this, so I would discard that. But something where it's kind of fun, maybe she wrote some more custom stuff, I will hold on to that. By the way, the hole punch that I use is this 3-hole punch by the brand Swingline. I got it years ago as a gift from my mom. What's really cool about this particular one is you can adjust the hole punch, like the spacing from each hole to each hole, but this is just the standard size. It's very rare that I would need to adjust that spacing, but it's nice to have the option. Any 3-hole punch you will find will work out all right. And there you have it. So this system has worked out really well for me. It's nice because all the papers are consolidated in these binders. We can lift them up for reference, bring them around the house, and we don't have papers scattered everywhere or in boxes that we have to sort through. So the binder system has worked out exceptionally well for me. I will tell you that these big ones, after an entire year, they get so super full and heavy, but it's great because it's almost like a little bit of a scrapbook in a way where you can go back to it and flip through it instead of feeling like you're sorting through this big box, and it can be very intimidating and overwhelming and not as organized. So if you haven't tried it yet, definitely try out the binder system. I'm sure this would be great for homeschooling families too, just to keep everything consolidated and nice and together. I've also begun to try the same binder system out with our family papers that we get in the mail, and instead of having it just lay around the kitchen, I will hole punch it, stick it in the binder. I used to be so afraid of hole punching things because I thought, oh, I want to keep each paper pristine, but it's better to be able to find it than to worry about a few little holes punched inside of something. And again, there are pocket protectors available if you are concerned about something having a hole in it, and then there's also some space to shove things in the folders that are included with the binders. So it just makes it a really nice system, and then when you can stick it on a bookshelf and everything is nice and organized. I'll have to do labels for the sides too. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have tried this type of system, if it works for you, or if you're planning on trying it. Thank you again, and don't forget to subscribe.